Hello there. In this video, I'm going to do what I don't think I ever done before in a videos here. We actually going to take through all process from the generated images. I'll show you all step how process, and in the end, we'll create this physical cut off engrave on a wood item. So it's actually we're going to create from AI art to the physical product. And this product you can sell if you want on an Etsy or create a coaster for yourself, just wherever come in your imaginations. Of course, you can from AI graphics, very easy to create t-shirt, and I will show you also how you can do this. But t-shirt, you know, it's you just upload the images and I print it and do all the stuff. But I think this will be more interesting. But wait, there is more. Beside that, we're going to look on some laser cutters, and the reason is why, well, I own Falcon 2 laser cutters, 22 watt. I bought it for my own money, all the stuff. I also like Creality. I own Anders 3D printer from them, another one, I forgot which one, new one with enclosure printer. And you know what, for some reason they contact me and says, hey, you know what, do you mind review for us Falcon Pro 10 watt? And I'm like, well, I have a more powerful laser, why do I want to review this? But then Amy, my wife, she's a crafter, okay, she says, oh no, the small wattage is actually very good. It was considered to buy smaller laser because it's apparently much thinner light, and you can create a lot of details on this. Well, okay, we'll go to review. Well, the difference between two lasers, one it's come all pre-built, this one come as a Lego constructor kit. We need to put it by ourselves. Well, what are we going to do at the beginning? We need to create our graphics that we're going to use, yes. And you can use it different time generators. For me, I will use it for this Mid-Journey. However, before I was also using Stable Diffusion with automatic 1111 installations, or you can use it any other surfaces. They all will produce about same result for the beginning. Our source, it's what we needed. The only trick is how to put properly prompt. And let's see what we can specify. For example, right here you can see we have our Mid-Journey, and what we want to be sure in a prompt, we specify profile Charlotte black and white, black figure on a or white figure on black background, for example. Or you want this, you want black and white, and you want Charlotte, because you don't want gradients. Gradients is not bad. Gradients is good if we're going to actually create a three-dimensional, and you can do with the laser, you can actually go and create, like, you know, more, I don't know what they call proper three-dimensional kind of feels. But in our case, I want to just create this Charlotte, kind of nice looking. So for that, it's what we're going to do. Not always we generate 100% black color, but that is okay because we're going to fix this. Well, let's say here we generated our images, and by the way, all of these images that I generated here, and you can see it's kind of nice collection of those cool Oogie Boogie Halloween. I will actually go to pack them and put it on my Patreon side. Free download. If you register as free members, you just go and download them for free, so you can experiment by yourself with all these images as you want it. And after this, we're going to process. But processing, I'm going to use the Photoshop. You don't need to use it Photoshop. Any application will work. And included even Affinity. I think Affinity Photo will do exactly the same as Photoshop. And right now, there's 6 months free trial, so you can download and use it. And it's 50% off. Plus, when you buy it, you just own it. It's not like Adobe, you know, you don't need to pay monthly fees, subscription, all this idiotic stuff. So you actually outright on the version. Don't upgrade. It's still working all the time. So this is actually a big plus about this. But again, 6 months free trial. You cannot lose, you know. Just download it if you don't have it and use it in this case. Well, let's go next. We create image. We're generating this image. Next, we save it. And a save, depending on what applications, can be in JPEG or PNG. Our next stop is open these applications inside software. currently it's a Photoshop, and the reason why I'm opening inside the Photoshop, because if you have it like this image where it's not 100% black, kind of grayish color, I don't want this. I want just black and white. So I want like pure black, 0 value, and I want white on 255 value. So I want all the way. And for this, I'm just using simple levels right here and readjust, compress, so I have it just pure black and white. Next, I'm going to save this. And you can have it 2 paths depending on what software we're using. And we'll look on what software we actually take all the steps. But some software will be automatically readjust inside. So you want to just export as PNG. Don't worry about vector. However, if some application require vector graphics out of this, this is what we're going to do. One, we can also utilize using Adobe Illustrator. Again, if you own. If you don't own, don't worry. Next step, we'll look how to do without Adobe Illustrator. And both will be, the second one actually free as well. So right here, Adobe Illustrator, we open. We want to go, if you don't have it Windows, be sure your image trace is enabled here. We're going inside the image trace, but for this, we actually go and select our image. So I'm selecting all image trace now is available. We'll click down to preset because it's a black and white. I actually want to go black and white logo. This is probably one of the better ones. And trace preset slow, all the stuff. Yes, just do trace. Notice we expanded advanced, and right here you can separate path, corners, sort of the stuff. Well, if you click on the eye, you can see how it's changed a little bit on our image, and this is already traced, and this is original. So this way you can see how much you're losing details. Like in his neck, you can watch right here on this neck. You see how much we're losing details. It's before and now when it's traced. So in this case, we can also increase the threshold if we need it, or decrease threshold, so you can play a little bit more with these settings. Same with the path, corners, and noise, how much you want to do. So this is allowed you to get closer. Well, it's traced, but it's all together. We need separate, and for this we're going to our properties tab. We scroll all the way and see where it says expand. Let's click on expand, and expand, we also scroll down and we'll see this ungroup. If we click ungroup, what it does now, it is take all of this trace and separate elements. If we're going and look in the layers, you'll notice in the layers we have all this different path. So it's just easy for us to modify. In this case, you can go inside and readjust those paths if you need it, changes, and also export. At this point, you can export as SVG for other ones, or you can also just a general create increase scale, because again, it's a vector graphic. So now you have very nice and smooth, clean line. That way is actually better if you're printing t-shirts, because what I found out, if you create in a Photoshop, doesn't matter how good is your image right here, if you increase in size, if we come closer, you'll notice, look on the pixelization, you see how what's going on right here, it is different grade. So it's not pure black and white, and this is what create this fuzziness, create some not very good edges. And if we select and try to mask it out for transparent background, for example, transparent background, it's what I was using here for the different color t-shirt. That's what we want transparent background on this case. Then it won't be clean edge. You will have it like black lines or some other color. It does not look very good. We want to be sure the edge is pure and clean and very sharp, and vector graphics will work the best in this case. Okay, so this is we'll look, and okay, we can do vector inside Illustrator, but not everyone have it Illustrator. So another ways we can do this by using free service again from the Adobe, and it is Adobe Express convert JPEG to SVG for free. So in this case, you just simple go upload your photo, select photo download, and done deal. In the end, you will have it SVG. Well, let's go do this steps. Right here we have it our information, and I'm going just drag and drop, and I'm doing You can see right here it says it's process vectors, it's process edge. Depend on the size of the image or complexity of your image. Usually it's take quite a bit fast because it's processed on the servers, and they have it quite a bit fast servers. And when you're done, there you go, you have it in your graphics. Notice it is close, very close in some cases. I'll say too close to original. All what you need to do, just go ahead and click download SVG. You may also have a different type of the services that you can use it, as well as the Affinity, have a designer which will do similar things to conversion from raster. Well, let's go now process this in actually Lightburn software. It's what we're going to use for the cutting. Well, I take the file, I export, and now this on Mac, so we have it in Photoshop. And the reason that we're doing it in Photoshop, just a little bit adjustments. For example, if you look on this, I want to round, I want to cut off, but we also have it like back square kind of around. So I just want to cut it off. It does not burn, because in this case, black is where laser need to burn, and white where the laser does not do anything. And of course, this is all personal choices. You can kind of adjust it however you like it. After this, well, let's go, as I said, let's save as PNG file, and that it should work fine. After this, let's go jump now to our Lightburn software, and they have free versions, trial. This is pay versions. And if you notice on the bottom right, I actually set for my other burner Falcon 2, which is 22 watt, but this one is a 10 watt, and because 10 watt we need to adjust few things here. Well, let's go ahead and first we'll go open our files, just our PNG file. You don't need convert to SVG for this, or vector based PNG, it will does by itself. But in case if you want sharper whatever for your other printing, that is why you want SVG. Okay, right here is our image that imported, and it's look nice. It's we have it. By the way, this is higher resolution image. Well, what we need to do, we need to resize and put it on the size of your laser cutter. And if you see this kind of area on the middle, that is size grid where the Lightburn works. So I don't want to make big, yes, I want to just make this a round small one, and that's what we do. We just shrink and put it in a place. This is also, it's where going to kind of burn on that place, so be sure you adjust it. Well, and right here you can see it's 2040-20, and we shrink down to 947. So let's go ahead, set a little bit on different type. You can have it on image mode, deferred, whatever. It's most important, it's how the laser will go and burn. So you have a different type of the ways the laser kind of those dots, because you know how the burning will work. Well, we'll try with this right now. Let's go click, and notice as we're doing, some resolution is lost, and that is what I found out when you have a larger image and you shrink here. Some like those next elements, they kind of shrinking. Okay, well, on a you always, let's go set preview, and we can see also how the laser will work. So just give it us similar things. If you ever done with 3D printers, you can simulate how the printer will work there. So same things, we can go and try to play with a different speed. Just preview and see how the actual laser will go around this. So notice right now it does give it us preview on a high loud burn, how will go and create it. But I also need it cut out. Yes, because I need to create this cut out of the wood because it's circle. So we'll need to do that one as well. And yeah, probably right there. So for that one, we need a little bit adjust. So let's go ahead and adjust some image to the threshold. Okay. We'll pop up our contrast on the image a little bit higher here. Okay. So I think that should work. I'm just looking. Okay, the settings should be good for this one. Okay, let's go ahead and click OK now. And okay, just verifying, be sure that all our settings is to the point. Yeah, that should work. Okay, let's go ahead now, and we're going to, oh, by the way, sorry, on that right side in a cuts and layers, if you notice, it is where's our layers, and that is kind of important to keep it, because when I try one before, we actually I actually cut before I burn with and it's, you don't want to do, because it starts juggling around. So we want to be sure that layers, or in an order it will work, it's work properly. So we want to burn first, and then we want to cut out of this. Well, and right here you can see it's a layers. It's layer 23 on this. The set and our speed. Again, all the settings originally it was done to the Falcon 22 watt, which is a little bit more powerful. So because of that, now we're going with 10 watt, which is more than half, I think, lighter. So because of that, we want to reduce some of this, like reduction of the speed if you want a little bit more powerful, and the same increasing maximum power of the laser. But those are settings you are almost need experimental. You need kind of play, creating your test burn pattern, go through this and see on what materials which one will work best. Well, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and take our cut tool. So we want to create the eclipse just about size of the image you need it. Don't worry if not precise, we will adjust in a second to be sure it's work very well. And we can go and position our inside. Okay, just aligned all of them together. There you go. This way we can have it a nice, beautiful cut. But again, on this cut, we want to be sure that cut is happen after we already perform burning on that software. So let's go readjust just a little bit bigger, because actually if you look like right here, I want to have this, you know, white border. So I don't want to cut directly to the black. It does not do it. So the white is kind of needed. Okay, so it's set for our preset. Let's go ahead and change the line. Okay, and also let's adjust our power. And the power, again, because we have it less powerful from preset, from our Creality, from Falcon, so we'll just have it slow speed. And here's how you can burn through. You can decrease speed, of course, of how going, so it will go all the way, and by power. So this is two values you can help you modify how much power through laser. But again, be careful with this, because if you have it too slow, another thing is start burning, and it will have it kind of like nasty burning marks on your wood, like on the sides, you know. This is what we don't want to do it. Okay, well, I think after, if you everything look good, it seems like all lines is fine. We just go ahead and save on our flash card, micro SD card. This specific unit of the Creality of the Falcon Pro 10 watt does not have Wi-Fi connections. The higher level do have it, but this lower level does not. So we kind of need to adjust this code, save it, and we need to save on micro SD card.
Engraver, how we have kind of an operation guide, kind of a quick start guide. I have about 3 pieces, all the hardware plus the flash drive. So that's what the instructions are for. Okay, that's handy. Look, the air assist looks like going to be an important little piece to help me get the focus on my laser, and the brains of it, the control. So here's the frame, more the frame of the laser. Special glasses to protect your eyes. Sure eyes if someone else has to casual.
And this is air pump, yeah?
The user manual has the instructions on how to assemble it.
And right here we have our final product. So you saw how we took it from AI generated images. We've gone to pre-processing output. We even took to assemble new laser engraver printer, and we tested on that printer this image. So it's kind of cool, you know, when you can have it AI image and you can have it output art. T-shirts is kind of common, you know, everyone to do, but I think this is kind of very cool when you can something like laser engraving or burning or cutters. That is kind of very interesting things. And besides, this is physical product, you know, you can create very interesting images with this and give it as a gift, keep it or sell on Etsy. So I saw a lot of people actually trying to do, but with properly way you can make and stand out quite a bit, because you don't necessarily need to have this face. You can also create like these pictures. I think it's called Mangalo, and this was created, I think, with Stable Diffusion. So you don't necessarily need to use Midjourney. You can use Stable Diffusion, other ones, in the same way. As long you have an outline, you can do this. But you know what? If you're interested in laser, then let me give you a couple of recommendations. Well, we did use it, Falcon Pro, Creality Falcon Pro 10 watt. And that one was actually sent to us for unpacking, review, and testing and see what they think from Creality. However, we do own many other products. We own K1C, the 3D fiber printer from them, which is actually very nice. And we paid, for those ones, we paid all our money. It wasn't even sponsored, so I just like printer. I remember bought it Enders 3 long time ago, 3D printer, and I like quality. I like how stability, how it's keep on working, you know, and have less problems. So I kind of stuck with this. And of course, recently Amy bought it, the Creality Falcon 2 printer, 22 watt, the laser cutter engraver, and that is stable, out of box, printing very good, cutting very good, engraving. I mean, she's using a lot of for doing her miniatures and some other crafting stuff, which is also we paid by ourselves everything. So it's kind of was very nice products, and it was nice to see this. Would I recommend? Probably yes, over other ones, because value per money is definitely there. But here's the two paths you can take it. One, the Creality Laser Falcon Pro, this 10 watt, it's come not assemble, and this is a drive to some specific problems. One, you need to have a time to assemble, and second, you actually need after realign, change retention, kind of how cable set, all the stuff. Well, let me show you what I was meaning by this if you don't. So right here, this is, if you look, you see how the circles, everything. This is test card was printed out of the box on the Creality Falcon 2 22 watt. So we out of box to come already pre-assemble everything. You just put it card in its print, so you don't need worry. After first assemble, Amy run card, and this is one on one we assemble, and it is Creality Falcon Pro 10 watt. Notice on the bottom, you see how the squeezed circles, and you see how they break some of those lines right there going on. And that's the reason, because belt on one side was more loose than another, so you need kind of unscrew, pull harder, retention, so you need kind of readjust. And if you don't know, or you just don't have time to do this, then it's become frustration for you, because you need to know what you're doing. And in this case, they're both good products, but I would recommend go and spend a little bit more and upgrade to new Creality Falcon 2. Of course, if you have it even more money, you can go with a Pro, and Pro have it their own case, you know, and have it most important camera, so from top you can see where you place it. You know, it's having some all those additional bell and whistles, which I think work very well as well. You can, in some of them, you can connect Wi-Fi. On this model, it is entry model. And sometimes misleading, how I said before, entry, it doesn't mean it's for the beginners. I will say probably Falcon 2, it's more beginner friendly versus Falcon Pro 10 watt, because Falcon require more adjustment, Falcon Pro this one. So it's a kind of intro level on the pricing, but not intro level for the user experience and the user level for that things. Well, again, if you like it, let me know about this printer, and how I say, we'll have it a full review. This video was a little bit short. It's fun music, yay, you know, like in silence, kind of fun things. And I try to compress it, try to show what is the toolkit, to put the printer and the test and do all this stuff. Kind of, I think it's kind of fun. But if you want to see a full review, and it's like a couple 3 hours I think it took Amy to assemble, so with all notes when she explaining also how to set up test, how to realign head, I mean all of this, then it will be released. It's not yet out, it will be released more about this specific Creality Falcon Pro printer a little bit later on our creative channel, on our where Amy create the models, where she create those teeny tiny different models, when she crafting, doing all the stuff. So it will be on her most say her crafting channel. It will come up, so I'll drop link later or let you know for those who interested to see those. And by the way, this is just the beginning. I think it's an idea if we can take 3D AI generated stuff and put it in the real world 3D. So what I'm going to do next, we're going to utilize AI generate image to 3D. So it's another thing. So when AI can create 3D models, and after we're going to export, and we're going to use another Creality K1C most likely printer, and we're going to print some of those models and see how they come up with this. Again, thank you for watching this video. Remember, if you like it, thumbs up, like it, share. Your support is greatly appreciated. and hopefully you like this type of video. By the way, let me know if should we continue doing similar things. Should I do more videos about how practical we can use it, new technology, new AI, take of this technology and create something, more interesting, more physical, something different, okay, something we can sell. Thank you and have a great day.